Hey, everybody. My name is Kylie. And today we're going to be going over our April, like setting goals for the month. This is a really exciting month because this is the final month to earn all the convention prizes and all of the points and everything. It's like doubled this month. So what you would normally get on joins and all the other things, like everything is doubled. So this is the perfect month to really just go as hard as you can to close out the contest. And speaking of convention, so convention is June 15th. I believe it starts the 15th. I think it's either 15th or 16th. But if you have not registered, or if you're thinking about going, if it's in the back of your mind, or like you don't know who to room with, please just sign up, and I promise there's going to be other people like looking for roommates, and we can kind of get people connected. It will change your business. Like going to my very first convention, they always say that leaders are created at events, and I 100% agree, because when I went there and I like saw all these thousands of people, all the same, like-minded, doing the things, the dreams, the goals, watching people go across stage, like the community, and just getting to connect with your team face to face, because we're always like on the computer. It is unlike anything other or anything you will ever experience. So if you've been thinking about it, just get off the fence and sign up. I promise you will want to be there. And so that's the first thing. And then this month, all new welcome packs are going to come with a bottle of ease. So it is amazing to help other people. Like if you have any people in your funnel, anybody you've been chatting with, reach out to them. It's a perfect opportunity to just do a follow-up and say, hey, I know we've been chatting. I don't know if you saw, but if you wanted to get started this month, you're going to get a free bottle of ease. Send them a message, do a follow-up. And then also existing people, if they order $149 or more, you're also going to get a free bottle of ease. And you need to use code April 23. Is that right, Megan? April 23? Yeah, yes, I think she said yes. Perfect. And then lastly, I'm going to do this off of the fast start bonus, but also business wise, because that's what we're wanting to do, right? Is just really create a bunch of momentum this month. Like I mentioned, it's the end of the contest, but also there's some other prizes that you can earn. So if you refer 3 people, you're going to get, I think if you're fast start, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. If you refer 1, you get the gift card for the spa. She said no. This graphic literally says first.
No, that graphic's confusing, Kylie. So the arrow is pointing down.
Okay. I was like, wow, you only have to get 1. That's amazing.
No, yeah, that graphic is confusing.
It is. Okay, so the arrow is down. There's a graphic that if you haven't seen it, it's in the Empower chat. So if you have 3, like normal, it's always usually 3, go silver for the month. So if you've already hit silver, we still call it, go silver for the month. Get your 3 people. And if you're in your fast start window, you're going to get a $305 plus. You're going to get $150 spa gift card. And then if you are first time ranking, so not in your fast start, but still first time ranking, you can get your 3, you'll get 205, and you'll also get your gift card. So that's what I wanted to start out with. And we're going to jump into our goal setting call. And we haven't done one of these in several months, and we thought it would be the perfect opportunity to just bring it back after last month going over a lot of the basics. And a little bit about, I found my notes from convention from Jennifer Leith, and I just really loved what she shared here. And I just wanted to, before I turn it over, to actually get into goal setting. Commitment is not a feeling. It's a self-discipline. And I think setting goals and actually having to sit down and reflect and write out things, that is a discipline. And you're 42% more likely to accomplish your goals if you actually create them. Like if you sit down, write them out. And thinking small is keeping you from being someone else's blessing. I loved that note. And I'm like, don't think small. Like, I don't care if you haven't hit silver yet, or if you're sitting at silver, or you're going for senior silver or gold. Like, you can do this. Whatever you need to work on, just literally, reach out to your upline and say, hey, this is really what I need to work on. Or ask if you don't know, hey, what is that next step? Like, what is that one thing this month that I should work on? Because sometimes we can get so consumed with like, oh my gosh, I need to do all of these things. But the best thing you can do is do one thing at a time. If you try to fix everything, it's too overwhelming. So yeah. And and last thing, and then I'm going to turn it over to Megan, is to set up accountability checkpoints for yourself. Accountability is everything, especially when you're getting into this business or throughout the month, because stuff gets crazy. We were all chatting together, and life gets crazy. And if you have some accountability, it can just help you stay on track. Everybody needs accountability, whether it's just for your workouts or your health, your business. Accountability is amazing. So figure out what those checkpoints can be and set them up, so you can set yourself up for the most successful April possible. So I'm going to turn it over to Megan, and we're going to get going with goals.
Hey everyone, my name is Megan Kitchen. You'll hear from Megan Rose in just a minute. But the first thing when setting goals is you have to decide what your goal is. Are you going to go for a rank up this month? Are you going to go for point growth, new enrollments, developing silvers, showing up more? It doesn't matter what your goal is, but you have to be specific in deciding that. So if your goal is that you want to rank up, then I want you to write this down on a piece of paper as if this is you now. So I want you to write down Megan is Ruby, or Sarah is senior gold, whatever your goal is. If you want to grow by points, it would be Megan grew by 50 points. Megan enrolled 6 new people in the month of April. Megan showed up every day. I want you to be super specific in what that goal is and write that down at the top of your paper so that you can see that, and it's like you're living that out. You're not just, oh, maybe I'll hit this. I am going to do this. So that is step 1. Megan is going to talk to you guys about action goals in step 2.
Sorry, guys, I had to find the unmute. I am the other Megan. I want to talk to you about action goals, which are things that are going to set you up to reach your specific goals. Okay. So these are things that you are going to do every day on your working days. I set 5 working days a week. So these are things that I do every single day to reach the goals that I have. Things you're going to do daily, weekly. On the weekends, I like to plan out content. That way, when Monday rolls around, I'm not like scrambling to see, oh my gosh, what am I going to post? I try to take pictures ahead of time, just things like that. It just makes things a lot easier. So here's some of the things that you can do. You definitely want to hit your IPA, which is your income producing activity. So these are like your posts, your reach outs, follow-ups, things like that. And on your working days, you really want to make sure that you are doing all of these things because they're just going to help you, reach your goals even quicker. So you want to be sure you're posting. This gives people exposure. The more exposure they have, the more curious they are going to become. And then you want to be active in our team chat, like the Empower team chat. You want to make sure you're interacting with our other teammates, commenting on their things. And, they return the favor. It's just, we just have each other's backs. And then you also really want to talk in your stories. And this was super hard for me at first because it's kind of intimidating. Um, but you don't have to like throw up plexus in all of your stories, okay? Um, like something I like to do is I ice my face every morning. And when I'm icing my face, I'm literally like doing this and talking about my day. Like I'm telling people good morning, telling them if I have anything planned for the day. And then like my pink drink's just sitting there. It's just another exposure that they have, you know? Or you can just make a story, you know, and if you don't want to ice your face, you could be mixing your pink drink and talking about your day. It's just little exposures over time. Um, Sorry, I have my notes in front of me. Also, you want to be sure you're creating valuable content for people, right? So you're wanting to educate people, and you want to like educate people on things other than plexus as well. So like any hobbies you have, if you like to craft, if you like to cook, post your recipes. If you like to work out, post your workout, you know, things like that. Um, and also like as for plexus posts, how do they help you? How have they helped other people? You can post other people's testimonies. Um, you know, just things like that. And like back to the Empower chat, like if you see a post from somebody that you really, really like, save that post and copy it into your notes, change up some wording to make it sound like you, and use that post. Like that's literally why we have this, you know, to interact with each other and to like create content, right? We also have our IPA chat. This really holds you accountable, I feel like. So like when you have all your IPA done for the day, when you've done your posting and your reach outs and follow-ups and things like that, you just literally go into that chat and you click done or you type out done. And I don't know about y'all, but it makes me feel like really good when I can just put done, you know? And it really helps hold me accountable. Another thing that you can like set a goal towards doing is if you sign a new person, events are super good. We have the 15-minute messenger events and we also have the 30-minute Facebook events. And guys, I know that can also sound intimidating because when I did my first one, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, but it's actually really simple, especially like the 30-minute events on Facebook. You can literally schedule the posts to go out. So all you have to do is basically be present for the event. But it's really simple. Don't let it scare you. But that is actually a really good action to take if you're wanting to grow your team. And I wanted to close out. Sorry, I've been talking a while. I wanted to close out with this quote. I really loved it. And it says, there is no change where there is no action. So if you are not taking action to reach your goals, you guys, nothing's going to change. So I'll close with that. And I think I'm going to pass it back to Meg. Okay.
That was so good, Megan. Okay, so after you complete a plan for your action goals of what you're going to do to accomplish your goal, I want you to take a few minutes to think about what it means if you hit your goal or when you hit your goal at the end of the month. What does that mean about you? You can write down, it means I showed up. It means that I held myself accountable. I was consistent. I did what I was set out to do. Also for your team, it can kind of bring momentum to your team. It makes your team excited. It gives them the momentum for them to work towards accomplishing their goals, because if they see you accomplishing your goals, they're going to want to follow. And And then I want you to write down, because I hit this goal, what does that allow you to do? So it might be something as simple as I hit my goal and I get to go spend $150 shopping this month. Or I hit this goal and I was able to enroll my kiddos into soccer this month. Maybe you're able to pay off some of your debt, student loans, extra car payment. So really think about hitting your goal. What is that going to do to change your life? And then how does that make you feel? If you get to enroll your kids into a sport that you didn't otherwise have the money to do, how does that make you feel as a parent? That's going to make you feel accomplished and like you're providing and you're giving your children what you want. You're going to be able to say that you can trust yourself because you set these goals and you accomplish them. And it's huge for me when I set out to have a goal and I want to accomplish it. If I do accomplish it, it makes me feel like I can accomplish anything that I set my mind to. So write your goals down and then really just take a few minutes after this call to reflect on what it means when you do accomplish that goal and how that's going to change. And start small with little wins. You don't have to set your first goal out to, I'm going to be a diamond and my life's going to change dramatically. Yes, we all want that, but we have to go with all the stepping stone goals ahead of that. And they are just as important. And you need to give yourself credit for accomplishing the small goals. So I'm going to pass it to Kylie now.
Yeah, and I love that Megan was, saying that after this call, really take the time, and if you need to like go back, if you need to hit pause, because you can also be in this like mode of, listening to Monday night calls, Thursday night book club, all of the things, right? But you're just listening and you don't actually take action, which also goes back to what Megan was sharing. And what you have to do is actually sit and get your paper and your pen and reflect and write down things, because if you don't take the time to do it, then it's not going to get done. Okay. So if it's not in your calendar, if it's not on your paper, it's not going to get done. And that's so important. And to kind of close out, I'm going to keep it brief, but you want to be able to map out your goal. And I think you can get really in depth with this, like with like a coaching call with your sponsor. So if you want to, reach out and like map it out. But what I mean is, like, if you want to hit silver, which is 15 points, that means you need 3 people. So start thinking, where are you going to get these 3 people? Are you doing reach outs? Are you sending messages on Facebook? How many are you sending? Like, you need to have goals of, because I don't want you to be in this negative mindset of like, oh, well, I asked one person and they said no. And then nobody else is reaching out to me because I made a post and nobody wants it. You have to actually interact and talk, and like the exposures that they were talking about. You want to show up in your stories, incorporate it in your lifestyle, message people, talk to coworkers, family, message, like text message. So all of the things, ask yourself, where are these people going to come from? If you've already hit silver, your next goal is going to be senior silver, which is 50 points. And you can map that out as well. So if you have, okay, well, I have, currently I have 5 people. And so you can write them down and they're all level 1. So they're counting for 6 points. You can write all that down. Okay, well, then this is how much I need. And then you can go off, or maybe you're going to develop a silver. Maybe you have one person who's interested in the business and you're going to do an event for them and you're going to help them go silver. Okay. And all your level 2s count for 5 points. Level 2s and 3s count for 5 points. So that's what I mean by you need to have a plan. You need to be able to map it out, because it's also nice to just say, oh yeah, I just want to be senior silver, this month. Okay. That is great. Like, that's a great, very like you can achieve that, right? Very attainable, but how are you going to get there? So I think it makes it easy to map it out, get with your sponsor, get some, like the details worked out of, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to reach out to. And then write it down as you start, as you progress through the month, and it will make it so much easier. So thank you guys so much for just taking the time. I think the fact that you're showed up or you're watching this recording, that you take your business seriously. And I know that this month can be such a huge month for your business to start growing your team. And I'm very excited. So yeah, thank you guys so much.